Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, you'll be shocked as to how students go out of their way to contribute to volunteer to this project. More than half of the students people working on this are volunteers from the student front. And I also want to say that we are done with the borehole project for the Kanania community. So hopefully next week we should be commissioning the water project. Whilst this project is dear to my heart and the heart of the National Executive Committee, I want to say a very big thank you to one man who's been special to this project. When everybody told us this project is not possible, he said it is possible and he believed in it. Dr. Ben Asante, CEO of Ghana Gas, we really appreciate his effort for the work he's done for us. Mr. Vice President, when we set out to do this, we were clear in our minds that this is our contribution to building Ghana. I leave this stage knowing that in a couple of weeks, I would put down my mantle as Tvucc President. And whilst I bring my curtains down, I entreat us all. We stand behind the work we've done as a people, forge forward, and build a future that is prosperous for us all, supporting government, prompting government, and building a future for our generation. Mr. Vice President, thank you for coming, Mr. President.
The 12.5 million students have just hinted that they would want to call on all the executives of the current administration on stage. They have a token for you.
Surprise.
All the executives, please. I know this is a surprise, you do know about it, but then this is a token that we want to just share with you. It's just something from...
Oh, let's be quick about this.
So all the executives, the 12.5 million students are saying, thank you so much, Dennis, for leading this administration. We want to take a picture with you with the student, and we hope that you can frame it and put it in your room. Thank you so much. Kindly take a picture with all the executives with the teachers. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Without further ado, we're going to call the custodians to give us an interlude. Hold on. Heat. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to call the custodians to give us an interlude whilst we would later introduce the Minister for Education for his remarks and introduction of the Vice President. Custodians, heat. This is for the Minister for Education and the Vice President. This is a special one from the custodians. You have just 5 minutes, custodians, and the time is already clocking. We would want to acknowledge the presence of the former president of Tvucc, Mr. Bwachi Yadom. Thank you so much, Mr. Bwachi Yadom, for coming. We acknowledge your presence. And the manager for CSR and Community Relations, Ghana Gas, Mr. Enyima, thank you so much for coming. We acknowledge your presence. We really appreciate what you have done for the union so far. Custodians. Your 5 minutes is going on. Thank you, custodians. Thank you. Your time is up.
So we are grateful, custodians. Kindly take your seat for us. We are very grateful.
Kindly exit the stage, custodians.
Thank you, custodians. Thank you.
Custodians, thank you. I'll be calling you again. Custodians, thank you. Custodians.
Okay, thank you. Hello. Thank you, custodians. Thank you very much. We are very grateful.
So much.
Thank you, custodians. Thank you. Let's give a round of applause. A round of applause for the custodians. I mean, we are very grateful. Very, very grateful. We want to take this opportunity to welcome the youth organizer for the ruling party, Salam Mustafa. Sir, you are welcome. Again, we also want to welcome the deputy youth organizer, Mr. Isaac J. Hyde. Wherever you are sitting, kindly give us a wave.
Okay. Thank you, custodians. Your Excellency, on this remarkable occasion, we are honored to be graced by the presence of a distinguished individual, a visionary leader, and an ardent advocate for the advancements of education in our great nation of Ghana, known affectionately as Dr. STEM. We are privileged to welcome the esteemed Minister of Education of Ghana, Honorable Dr. Yao Osei Edochum, a name that resonates with passion, intellect, and the boundless possibilities that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics bring forth, represents the very essence of transformative education, with an unwavering commitment to empowering young minds and equipping them with the tools to excel in a rapidly evolving world. Dr. STEM has become an inspiration for students, educators, and policy makers alike. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I invite you all to join me in giving a warm round of applause as we welcome the esteemed Minister of Education of Ghana, Dr. Yao Osei Edochum, to the stage to give his remarks and also introduce our Honorable Vice President. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I didn't know I have been given a new name. Excellency Vice President of the Republic, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, Nana Che, Omanhene of Ogwa Traditional Area, Regional Minister, Pro Vice Chancellor, Honorable Member of Parliament, UCC Registrar, Dr. Abuadu of Get Fund, City Vet, Director General, the Executive Director of the Student Loan Trust Fund, distinguished NUCS members and NUCS President, the great Dennis Apia Labi Ampofu. Very dynamic guy. I won't be surprised to see him in the corridors of power in this country in the not too distant future. Friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an opportunity to be at this great institution of learning in this great country of ours on this day. I've been told that I have to give brief remarks and then introduce the vice president. You know, I'm a teacher and a politician. In both professions, if you don't like to talk, you're out of job. But I have to remind myself that you were told to give brief remarks. So I'll stick to that. The President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, made it his vision to develop education in this country. Because he believes strongly that all the countries that have transformed their fortunes in the 21st century did it through education. So he began promising the people of Ghana free senior high school. He couldn't wait. The very first year that he was sworn into office, he delivered on the promise, and we began the adventure of free senior high school. Many were those who believed it was not going to be possible, but he believed that it was going to be possible. He therefore gave us the support and the resources to ensure the implementation of free senior high school. Today we have close to 1.4 million of our youth enrolled in secondary schools across the country. But in 2016, there were only 800,000 students in secondary schools across the country. That is what Vision does. Vision to transform the fortunes of our nation. But he did not stop there. He did not promise term transformation, but he believed that you cannot survive in the 21st century without getting the vast majority of your students to be educated in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So, madam, I'm not surprised that she's calling me STEM, Dr. STEM. Ghana's education system is changing. From kindergarten all the way up to a point where we are building STEM school for girls across the country. STEM boarding schools across the country. We are reforming the junior high school as you know it. Those old middle schools that were converted into junior high schools with no library, no science labs, no computer lab. The President of the Republic is determined to transform that space into a STEM learning environment. I'm happy to note that we are now implementing strategies that will take us to the 60-40. You know, over the years, you've heard President talk about it, you've heard Ministers of Education talk about it, that universities should enroll 60% of our students in STEM. Something that we've always been talking about, but nobody took the step to really do what we have been talking about. The President directed that 60-40 should become a reality. And as I speak with you, we've taken steps to increase the number of students enrolled in secondary schools in STEM-related fields. Now, a number of high schools are doing engineering, and we're expanding the numbers in the science field so that we can move close to the 60-40. Next year, God willing, we're going to move on from the 12% a year ago to 24% of our students enrolled in STEM courses at the high school. Because how do you change 12% to 60%? If only 12% of your students are enrolled in science in high school, how do you get the universities to produce 60% of students enrolled in STEM? It was impossible. We just said it. But the President says, do it. And we are moving on to really transition our nation to that space. Before I do the introduction of the Vice President, I always tell of the story of a young man called Kojo Mensah. Kojo Mensah had a dream, and in the dream he was speaking with God. And God said, Kojo Mensah, you're going to be the best engineer in the world. And Kojo said, God, it's not possible. And God said, I created you, Kojo, why are you doubting me? And he said, God, you know, I'm a young man growing up in Ghana. In high school, I'm doing visual arts. No university in Ghana will allow me to become an engineer. Kojo was right. But God knew that a day was going to come in Ghana when he could become an engineer. The president gave us the permission to begin a process, to begin a model program that allowed those who did visuals, home economics, generals in high school to go to the university and do 1 year pre-engineering. And it really doesn't matter whether you did home economics. If you want to be an engineer, you do your 1 year pre-engineering and you be on your way to becoming an engineer. And that is the new Ghana of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. A place where we are not putting barriers in the way of the students. We are rather breaking barriers so that their vision and their passion will lead them and together create a nation where the youth of this country will bring about the transformation that has eluded us for many years. But where do we go from here? Fortunately, we have in this room a young man who has done so well supporting the vision of the president. Together they have led the education transformation, the digital transformation, building of factories, building of hospitals. The President of the Republic, super determined to change the course of history of this nation. So in spite of the challenges, great progress has been made. Yes, we can do more. To do more means we have to move on a tangent, on a trajectory where the transformation will become a reality for our nation. Today I'm excited to introduce to you that young man who supported our president in the transformation agenda. Through thick or thin, he provided support to the president. And the young lady said, Mr. Digital, right? And she is right. The digital man of the 21st century. The man who so much committed to the transformation of this great nation called Ghana. The man who, God willing, will have the opportunity to continue the digitalization and transform the fortunes of this great nation of ours. The man who is passionate about transforming the fortunes of our nation. The man who believes that the better days of Ghana is ahead of us and not behind us. He believes that together everything will be possible. Buried in that possibility is the determination of all of us to succeed. But you need a leader who believes in us so that he can lead us to that land of transformation. To that land we've been waiting for a long, long time. So this morning, we have with us the 21st century man, Mr. Digital, Vice President, Dr. Mahamadou Bawumia. Let's welcome him to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Please have a seat. Thank you very much. Nana Chairman, Sabarima Kwesiata II, Omanhene of the Ogua traditional area, the Minister for Education, Dr. Yao Sejukchum, the Central Minister, Central Regional Minister, the Central Gold, they call her, Justina Marigold Assam, the Member of Parliament for Cape Coast North, Honorable Raga, the Executive Secretary for the Students' Loan Trust Fund, Ejay Eboa, the GET Fund, Administrator Richard Boidu, Codvet, Executive Director is Fred Asamoah, the Dean of UCC, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, the President of the National Union of Ghana Students, Dennis Apialabi Ampofu, executives of the National Union of Ghana Students, Director General of the Ghana Education Service, traditional rulers, students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is very good to be here in Cape Coast and to have the opportunity to address the 56th Congress of the largest gathering from all corners of the country on behalf of the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is clearly the largest gathering of students from all over the country. I extend a heartfelt appreciation to the executives of Tvucc, led by the President, Dennis Apialabi Ampofu, and the entire body of Tvucc. Your commitment and dedication to the cause of education in Ghana have been truly inspiring. You have been at the forefront, engaging us in meaningful conversations for us to rethink collectively about opportunities to make quality education accessible for every young person in Ghana. Your advocacy, your unwavering determination and passionate advocacy have played a pivotal role in shaping the discourse surrounding education in our nation. And to that I say, Ayiko. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for the Congress, prioritizing investment in education as a nation, resonates deeply in our rapidly changing world, where the role of education has never been more vital. As a government, we firmly believe that education is the cornerstone of progress and development. Education is a catalyst to empower individuals, transform societies, and build a prosperous future. The empirical evidence from economic research on the impact of education is clear for everybody to see. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we assumed office, the education sector faced very significant challenges and suffered from a lack of the requisite investment. We had many problems that bedeviled the sector, including even the availability of chalk in schools, the availability of textbooks, the 3-month pay policy for teachers who, after working 2 to 3 years, were paid 3 months' salary, the cancellation of teacher training allowances, the cancellation of nursing training allowances, inadequacy of the capitation grant, burden of school fees to access senior high school and TVET education, and utility bills for tertiary students. In response to these challenges, our government has embarked on a transformative journey aiming to provide quality education to all Ghanaian children, irrespective of their socioeconomic backgrounds. To the extent possible, we are of the view that the opportunity cost of not investing adequately in education is too high for our country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of the most remarkable achievements in our pursuit of educational advancement is the introduction of the free senior high school education policy. The groundbreaking initiative, which aims to eliminate financial barriers to education, has transformed the educational landscape of Ghana. Since its implementation, millions of young Ghanaians have gained access to senior high school education, equipping them with tools they will need to thrive in an increasingly competitive world. The free SHS education policy has not only increased enrollment, but it has also improved retention rates as more students are able to complete their secondary education without financial constraints. Indeed, the novel free SHS program has since its inception bridged the access gap to quality secondary education and increased senior high school enrollment from 800,000 in 2016 to some 1.4 million currently. This is a 75% increase in just 6 years. The biggest increase we have had in enrollment in senior high school education since independence. This surge in enrollment signifies our commitment to ensuring that every child in Ghana can receive a comprehensive secondary education. We firmly believe that education is the great equalizer, and by providing access to quality education, we are creating a level playing field for all Ghanaian children. Also, we now have gender parity at the senior high school level, which is a remarkable achievement. Furthermore, notwithstanding the increase in the numbers enrolled at the senior high school level, the performance of the students in the WACSI examinations has improved. The poor performance that we saw in 2015, where the aggregate passes in the core subjects in WACSI, we had 41% in 2015, and in 2022, the aggregate passes increased to 64%. So this is what normally you would expect, and this is the trend globally, that when access is increased, the performance tends to decrease. And this was one of the fears about free senior high school education. People assume that with the expansion of access, quality will suffer and performance will decline. And this was essentially saying that the law of gravity will have to be obeyed. But access has expanded and performance has improved. And therefore, we have defied the law of gravity in this particular area. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to performance improvements at the senior high school level, we've also seen at the basic level improvements in performance. The national proficiency in English language for the basic students for primary 2, where this test was administered. In 2015, the pass rate for English proficiency was 2% for primary 2. In 2022, we've improved from 2% to 38% for English proficiency. This major investment that we've undertaken in the senior high school education has been quite expensive, but we believe that it is important that we prioritize this, and the payoff, if not, we may not see it today because that is the nature of the returns to education. They will come over time. But we believe that the returns to this investment will be very significant for our country in the next few years. So we have decided to prioritize it and invest in education in this segment. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nana Chairman, we've also recognized the importance of technical and vocational education training in equipping our youth with the necessary skills to excel in a rapidly evolving job market. To this end, we inaugurated the Ghana Tvucc service, bringing together all Tvucc providing institutions under one umbrella, a move that has been instrumental in promoting and enhancing skills development across the nation. By investing in Tvucc infrastructure and logistics, we have created an enabling environment for students to acquire technical expertise, fostering innovation and supporting economic growth. We've upgraded and modernized the erstwhile 34 National Vocational and Technical Institutes, the MVTIs. We are also constructing 32 state-of-the-art Tvucc centers. Today, we proudly provide free access to Tvucc education, ensuring that our youth can pursue diverse career pathways and contribute to the growth and development of the nation. In readiness for the fourth industrial revolution, we are focusing in the area of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. And this is being ably led by Dr. STEM himself, Yalse Tvucc. We've constructed and operationalized 5 STEM senior high schools, namely the Abomosu STEM, Bosumtwe Girls STEM, Bosumtwe STEM, Awaso STEM SHS, and Pasimpa STEM SHS. We've also introduced the annual inter-school STEM and innovation competition for senior highs and TVET schools called STEM Novation, with Kumasi Academy Senior High School emerging as the overall winner of the maiden competition last year with their Smart House prototype project. We've also constructed probably the largest number of classrooms in this Fourth Republic, 5,411. And we've constructed more public libraries than in any other government in Ghana's history, increasing the number of public libraries from 61 in 2017 to 115 by 2022, an increase of 88%. We've also implemented a policy of serialization of exam questions, which has eliminated leakages for the BEC examinations, and we will be doing the same for the WACC as well. Following digitalization at the Scholarship Secretariat, everyone is able to apply for scholarships and receive same in the comfort of his or her home via online applications. We are also providing free Wi-Fi to 700 or so senior high schools, 46 colleges of education, 260 education offices, and an initial pilot of 13 public universities. Government has also abolished tertiary bills for utility bills for tertiary students. The implementation of a policy of serialization, as I said, is also ongoing. To increase access to tertiary education, we launched the No Guarantor Students Loan Policy to allow tertiary students to access secure student loans by only providing their Ghana card. The loan amount has been increased by 50% and ranges between 1,500 Ghana cedis and 3,000 Ghana cedis. And we are going to explore other ways to increase the availability through the Student Loan Trust Fund for everybody. Colleges of education, ladies and gentlemen, are not left out of the reforms. They've witnessed significant growth over the years through transition and transformation of colleges of education into degree awarding institutions. Indeed, the impact of our educational reforms can be measured by the remarkable successes we have witnessed in recent years. Ghana's gross tertiary enrollment ratio currently stands at 20% and indicates a steady progress to achieving the country's target of 40% by 2030. What this also means is that many more students are getting access to higher education and will be rightly equipped to contribute to our nation's socioeconomic transformation. This achievement is a testament to our collective efforts in prioritizing investment in education. Whilst we have achieved significant milestones, we must remain vigilant and steadfast in our pursuit of educational excellence. There is still a lot more to be done, no doubt about that. Education is not a destination. It is an ongoing journey that requires continuous improvement and innovation. We must adapt to the evolving needs of our society and equip our students with the skills needed to succeed in a rapidly changing world. To enhance further the quality of education in Ghana, it is imperative that we invest in teacher training programs and provide ongoing professional development opportunities for our educators. This is why we've developed a continuous professional development framework and the national teacher standards to support in-service teachers in building their careers and impact positively on their teaching skills and competencies required to improve learning. In September 20, efforts in prioritizing investments in education. Our nation has emerged as a model for other countries, demonstrating the positive outcomes that can be achieved through policies aimed at inclusive and accessible education. Our commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4, which strives to ensure inclusive and quality education for all, is evident in our continuous efforts to expand educational opportunities and enhance learning outcomes. In addition to these ongoing reforms, we will continue to invest in educational resources, infrastructure, and technology to create an environment conducive for effective teaching and learning. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a moment to express my utmost appreciation for the resilience and hard work exhibited by the average Ghanaian student. It is through your unwavering dedication and determination that our education system has seen transformative progress. Your commitment to pursuing knowledge, overcoming obstacles, and striving for excellence is truly commendable. If our nation will continue on a path of prosperity, it will be because you decided not to give up. I applaud your tireless efforts in the pursuit of education. You have shown resilience in the face of challenges, and your unwavering commitment to learning has been an inspiration to us all. To lecturers, teachers, and the supporting administrative staff who make it all happen. I say Ayiko for a wonderful job done. You continue to do in the service of several obstacles. Ghana is grateful. I encourage you to continue to help nurture these young minds to become creative, disciplined, independent-minded, productive, upright citizens of this country with an abiding belief in the Almighty God. I believe that partnership between students and the academic staff is an excellent way to achieve learning outcomes, which is why I have constantly opened my doors to the Ghanaian student leadership. The President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, assures you that you will always have a listening ear with him. We will do all we can to address your deepest concerns and ensure that you have a world-class education here in Ghana. As we gather here today, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of education and its consequential impact on our country's sustainable development in all facets. Let us continue to strive for excellence. Together, we can build a nation where every child has access to quality education, where every young mind can dream and achieve, where our collective efforts lay the foundation for a prosperous future. I pray that as more and more of our young people get access to senior high and tertiary education, there would be more room for honest and healthy debate in our society. The better educated our citizens are, the richer the content of our public discourse, and the more productive for political, social, and economic decision making. May God bless the National Union of Ghana students and us all, and make her great and strong, and God bless our homeland Ghana. Thank you very much for your attention.
And two. Oh, we can do better. A round of applause for the Vice President of the land, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Nooks is very grateful for honoring our invitation. On this note, custodians, can we please have some silence? Respectfully, can we have some silence? We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge some few dignitaries in our presence. Dr. Rashid, former GRASAC President, KNUST. Deputy Youth Organizer Isaac J. Hyde, who is also a former NUCS President. We also have Mr. Salam Mustafa, the National Youth Organizer of the MPP. And finally, I'll acknowledge the presence of Honorable Justina Marigold Hassan, the Central Regional Minister. Without wasting much time, I'll call on the Director for Tvucc. Can we give him a round of applause as he climbs the stage? Director General for Tvucc, to give us a brief remarks.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Dr. Delegates, the Honorable Minister of Education, Nana Chair, the President of NUS, please permit me to proceed on the existing protocol. It's by no chance that His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is being recognized today by the National Union of Ghana Students for his commitment and his contribution to technical and vocational education and training. Studies have shown that every workplace required not less than 80% of TVET skills for it to be successful. Study has also shown that it costs 4 to 5 times the cost to take care of TVET as compared to general education. And studies have also shown that most governments do shy away from investment to TVET to gain general education because of the cost. But in 2017, when His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, was given the mandate to govern this country, with the support of his Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, they never shied away from TVET. From 2017, we have a TVET system that was not linking to the industry. You have a TVET system that was scattered across 19 different ministries. But with the government in power, together, they put together a SWOT analysis of our TVET system. As a result of that, a 5-year strategic plan for TVET was put together, approved by the President. I can confidently report that by the end of 2022, which is 2018 up to 2022, the TVET strategic plan that was approved by Cabinet has been over 85% complete. Out of this, Your Excellency, we now have the Commission for TVET, which is a merger between the National Board for Professional and Technician Examination, SY NAPTEST, and the SY Council for TVET, CODVET. Your Excellency, as a result of this 5-year strategic plan, we have the TVET service, which is ensuring the delivery of TVET at the pre-tertiary level. Your Excellency, out of this 5-year strategic plan, we now have, for the first time in the history of this country, sector skill bodies that is supposed to work in collaboration with academia to support TVET education. Your Excellency, out of this strategic plan, we now have improved infrastructure for TVET system. And most importantly, the perception of TVET, who used to be very low, has increased. As we talk, the enrollment in TVET education has moved from below 20,000 to over 50,000. On this note, we want to appreciate the President of the Republic that his investment in TVET from independence cannot be matched by any government, and we would like to congratulate him on this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director General, for TVET. Ideally, we should have done your speech before the Vice President had taken the stage. Mr. Vice President, we render an apology on that. However, we want to entreat that we have some conferment of Champion of Education Award on the President. That is the reason why we took this step. With all due respect, I'll call on Professor Eugene Keman Fudate to give us a brief on the award. Let's give him a round of applause as Professor Eugene takes the stage to give us a brief on the award.
Also very much, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Today here you are, Mr. Digital. Permit me, sirs, to stand on the already established protocols to perform a very brief task. Award brief, Champion of Education Award. The Champion of Education Award seeks to acknowledge and celebrate individuals who have distinguished themselves through remarkable dedication, and impact in advocating education in Ghana. The award serves as a testament to the significance of this accomplishment and their invaluable contributions to the nation's educational landscape. The award considers these three different evaluation segments, namely leadership and vision, impact and influence, and advocacy and empowerment. The award is a token of deep appreciation for individuals who have gone above and beyond to advance education in Ghana. Through the esteemed recognition, Tvucc aims to honor these exemplary individuals, showcase their accomplishments, and inspire a new generation of champions who will continue to shape and transform the educational landscape in Ghana. As the inaugural year of the award, this year's award considers impeccable individual lifetime contributions to education in Ghana. The recipient has contributed significantly to improving education in the country and has dramatically improved access to Tvucc education in Ghana. And an area of very critical educational sector, but often overlooked in the past. The National Union of Ghana Students, Tvucc, recognizes the role of Tvucc education in diversifying education and equipping young people with valuable skills for sustainable employment and development. It is for such a reason that such bold and remarkable individuals' efforts in revamping such a critical educational sector informed the decision of Tvucc to confer the median champion on this year's recipient. Chair Osari Berma, Your Excellency, may I humbly invite His Excellency the President of Tvucc, Dennis Apialabi, to do us the honors.
Thank you very much, Prof. Prof is always with students. We know award schemes are always controversial sometimes. And someone may ask, what is the justification of the award? For us at the National Union of Ghana Students, we believe that this government has seen so much strides in various aspects of education. We've seen so much commendation on free CNI high school. But then Tvucc is doing so well, but we've not seen a lot. I will crave your indulgence for us to watch something brief from the Ministry of Education and us at the National Union of Ghana Students. Officers, you may carry on.
to be handed over to the Vice President. Yes, sir.
Before I continue, kindly help me welcome the national executive officers to join me as we do this honor. Ladies and gentlemen, with the greatest of respect, help me welcome His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, to take on behalf of the President a Champion of Education Award. Let me come here, sir. Let me come to you, sir. Charlie, you have a pen? Okay, pen. Anybody with a pen? Joshua, pen. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Thank you very much, Mr. Vice President. On behalf of all of us at the National Union of Ghana Students, we are grateful. Thank you.
The center is built to improve health programming, artificial intelligence,
Communications Officer at Ghana Gas, Mr. Pius Bedu, who is also a former Tvucc IRS, also double as M&E Officer, Ghana Gas, Mr. Romeo Odro, Senior Communications Officer, Ghana Gas. I'll call on the General Secretary of the National Union of Ghana students to give us the vote of thanks. So, Mr. Ope, if you are here, custodians, can you please give us just 2 minutes of your time respectfully? Let's bring the program to a close. I also acknowledge the presence of Dr. Samuel Bet Buedu Kusi, UTAC President, UCC, and also a former SRC President of UCC. Mr. Ope, kindly come up stage and give us the vote of thanks.
The Vice President, Nana Chair, the Minister of Education, dignitaries, alumni of the National Union of Ghana students, executives, student leaders, all protocol duly observed. It's much of a great honor to say thank you very much for coming for gracing our opening ceremony. It really stands out as one that's very special in times like this. And I think definitely for this short ceremony, there has been a lot of learnings. That one, we've had increase in enrollment across our country. That two, cost of TVET education is 4 to 5 times higher than we have when we are doing general education. However, this government has decided to invest more into TVET education, and that's something that is one of the learnings that we are taking away from here. And so we would say a very big thank you to all of you for coming, especially the Vice President, the Minister of Education, Nana Chair. Thank you very much for agreeing to chair our program. And to all the alumni members of the National Union of Ghana students and all other dignitaries who have come, we say a big thank you to you. There is a saying that tomorrow, if you heard the cock crow, it's from the National Union of Ghana students. But if you don't get to hear it, it means that you definitely enjoyed our session today, and so you probably missed it. We say thank you very much for it, and we hope that in the future, we are obviously all going to commit enough to finance education in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ope. So respectfully, I'll call on the Vice President, the Minister of Education, the Central Regional Minister, Nana Osaberima, and all our invited guests to come up to take a picture. Respectfully, let's do it for them as they climb up with all our dignitaries invited. Let's take a picture with the Vice President and the Tvucc President as we make our way out. Kindly. Let's do it. Our officers, kindly join. The time is. The youth organizer of the MPP, you kindly join. Thank you, thank you. So the regional band of UCC, kindly give us something to take us home. Can we all be upstanding? have the cultural troupe perform for us, and we remain standing as the Vice President take his leave. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate your presence a lot. We say may the good Lord bless you. The cultural troupe should give us a display. And we remain in the auditorium as the Vice President takes his leave. Once again, we say a very big thank you to you all. A very big thank you to my co-MC, Miss Michelle, my lovely woman. The cultural troupe, if you are here, give us a display. So cultural troupe, you play as the Vice President exits the auditorium. So there will be refreshment. Yeah, there will be refreshment, so remain seated. We appreciate your time for us as a union, and we cannot just allow you to just go home. We need to refresh you. We need to network ourselves as well. It's very, very important. Respectfully, the Afra Cup team, you can do us the honors with the refreshment for